Hey folks, can you imagine? As soon as Will opens the video sent by Sheriff Howard, it's like opening Pandora's box. This is Howard's secret message before he died, full of juicy gossip. Turns out he knew his time was limited due to a rat in the precinct. The key player in this cat and mouse game is this character called the Gold-Age Giant. The video wraps up here, and everyone's just shocked. On the other side, Glass tracked them through their phones and found out Will and Martin were on a hot date. He didn't send goons, instead, his crew watched their moves. Will and Martin found a getaway canvas truck in the countryside. Those who saw part 1 know Fran, a fugitive, was recruited by Howard for his tech skills. The two got straight to the point, but Fran just beat around the bush, saying Howard had him stash some investigative files. He wouldn't reveal the location, angering Martin, who shot at him. Fran thinks, not a good day. Just as Fran was about to reveal the location, Martin interjected, "Should I shoot him?" Suddenly, the shooter was Douglas himself. Martin realized in a flash that the other side was pulling back. Douglas' henchmen sprang into action, and soon both sides were in a heated scramble in the camp gallery. Because of the complex layout, they traded shots for ages, yet nobody could gain the upper hand, forcing a hasty retreat. Martin and Will were undeterred, hot on their heels, and Martin decisively jumped onto a passing car. Just as Will was about to reload, a thought flashed through his mind, and his clip fell to the ground a moment later. Douglas was charging it at him. In the end, all they could do was watch the drug dealers escape with ease. Back at the gallery, an agent unexpectedly stumbled upon a QR code hidden in a wall painting talk about finding trouble. With expert moves from TechWiz.N, they found another video left by Howard that laid out his investigative findings in great detail. 9 years ago, he uncovered that the higher-ups in the police were colluding with drug dealers, and all the screw-ups were thanks to leaks. Howard enlisted 2 retired colleagues for help, but alas, they both met their demise in car accidents shortly after. They didn't see that coming. Howard wanted Will and Martin to handle the case, but for their safety, scrapped the idea. Now, he's gone for good. Now, unearthing the rat falls on Will and Martin, and Howard left clues in a language only they can decipher. After some mental gymnastics, Will instantly grasped where Howard was hinting at, and this all went down the very next day after the gallery was hit. Ammon in prison also became a target, which leads us back to the opening of the story. Upon learning his son was attacked, Will urgently requested Locke to move his son to safety. Some of the intel Ammon had could help them nail down the rat. Locke knew it was serious, but in the end he caved. Accompanied by officers, Ammon was put on a helicopter. Will and Martin boarded too, but their weapons were confiscated first. At the precise moment when the airplane's engines were revving up for takeoff, Douglas and his minions forcefully barged into the cockpit, and a breathtaking scene of disarray was imminently set to unfold. All underground operatives, listen up. I repeat, we're in a CH-47. No sooner said than done. The pilot was taken out, and Douglas pulled out Will's weapon. Martin sensed something amiss and lunged forward, only to be booted back by Douglas. Douglas kicked open the back of the chopper, and Will charged at him for a brawl, while Martin engaged his goons in a tug-of-war. The fight between Will and Douglas was over. Outmatched, Douglas smashed the cage's control, igniting the conflict. As he jumped from the helicopter, he detonated a bomb rigged to the engine. Talk about turbulence. Will desperately grabbed the rope, and Martin rushed to help. Meanwhile, Will unceremoniously rummaged through the deceased guard's pockets for the key. At the precise moment when the cage door swung open abruptly, they were amazed to realize, thankfully, that the location of the crash was a lake. All 3 emerged unscathed, surfacing like ducks, while a swarm of cops flooded the scene. After checking the bodies, they found 3 people were missing: Will, Martin, and Ammon, to be precise. Before long, Commander Judy gave the order to apprehend the trio at all costs, sending shockwaves across the internet. The coroner's report confirmed that Will was the one who killed the guard, turning the once Miami legend into a public enemy. Douglas learned about the trio's predicament and quickly put up a bounty on the streets, a whopping $5 million bounty for their lives. Will and the gang figured going solo was a no-go, so they resolved to track the bar owner who shot at them. The bar owner seemed on board, but once everyone cleared out, she pointed a gun straight at Will. When faced with $5 million, friendships mean nothing. She promptly set them up for a rude awakening. Just as they were about to make their move, another gang burst in out of nowhere. Thankfully, they quickly dove into a nearby van and the ringleader. It's the butcher that were previously pummeled. The butcher, furious, waved his gun around, and Martin, without hesitation, rammed the guy with the van. Ammon smashed the window and went to town shooting. It was an instant firestorm. The flames spread rapidly. Martin drove away with obstructive view. The vehicle went wild, out of control. Amid the chaos, Ammon caught fire, and the father-son duo scrambled to extinguish the flames. and once done, Ammon kicked open the back door. They kicked everything burning out, just as Judy and her squad rolled into the scene. Seeing the killer in the car, Judy fired immediately. Don't forget to subscribe.